Good morning, beautiful people. It is April 8th, and the reading's long, but it's a good one. And it kicks off with a quote from Matthew Arnold. Peace, peace is what I seek, and public calm. Endless extinction of unhappy hates. Anger is healthy, telling us something's wrong with our world. But hate is anger out of control. When we hate, we can't think clearly. Our intention is focused on the feelings and needs of the moment. The big picture is forgotten. All our senses are turned inward, and our most primitive feelings. All of our senses are turned inward to our most primitive feelings and needs of the moment. Wow, my apologies, I can't read this morning. We're blind to the pain of others and deaf to the words of others. Our minds can't work well. Messages are going out, but none are coming in. Hate is a dangerous state of being for us. We're likely to lash out and say or do things that hurt another person. Some of these things we'll regret later and grieve over. Hate hurts others, and it hurts us too. With our recovery program, we can learn to avoid the frustration and feelings of impotence that bring on hate. Prayer and meditation help the most. Contacting our higher power can help cool the feelings and bring peace and serenity. With his help, hate doesn't have to keep burning in us, endangering other people and our own recovery. We can vent our anger honestly when it is appropriate. With his help, we can find calm and serenity. Today, help me understand my feelings, help me keep anger small and tame, and avoid the fires of hatred. Well, I didn't have a thought necessarily this morning. Usually something pops in my head either during the day or, I kind of have a sense of what I want to chat with you about. So I'm going to just kind of take it from the reading and the couple things that popped in my head. The first being back when I was talking about Bob and how my hate through the years and through my recovery eventually turned into just anger and then to neutral. And so I guess in my mind, on some level, and I never really thought of this, it just occurred to me, almost like forgiveness, I don't want to say is the opposite of hate, but in my meter that I'd been using in my head, it kind of was. I don't think that they're direct opposites, because the opposite of hate would be love, right? And the opposite of forgiveness would be not forgiveness. But I can see that, and maybe that's the connection. Wow, you're going to hear me talk through how my brain works. So maybe we need to get out of the hate box before we can enter the forgiveness box, right? Because it's really hard to forgive when we're hating. So if we can process that hate and get to anger or neutral, then it's a whole lot easier to forgive. Wow, that's pretty profound, actually, the more I think about it. I had another situation that occurred to me, too. Someone that I think I'm still maybe even angry with, but consciously through the whole process, I never got to hate. Like, I don't think I'm capable of hate actually anymore. I mean, I don't, it's not that I don't say it. Wow, you can hear me thinking this morning. Sorry. I think that every person and thing has a value, and I don't know that anybody or anything does anything bad enough for me to hate them, if I was the qualifier. But I also, it's kind of like stay in your own lane that I talked about the other day. Like the energy involved in hating someone, I don't have time for that. I don't have the energy for that. It's a feeling that still has to be processed and getting past it, or even the way my body feels when I'm angry, right? Whether it's the tears or the shakes or the, just that physiological change that happens when we're angry. I don't like that feeling. So to hate, I don't want that feeling either. And it's real easy to go to hate when something's broken instead of dealing with it all, or maybe even some might believe that what saves them from hate is their higher power. Since I find it interesting that was yesterday's reading, and then it's mentioned again. If we turn over the things that would generate us to hate someone to our higher power, again, we're relieved of it, and we don't have to deal with all those side effects of our body or our mind, or the side effects that happen if we act on hate. Oh my goodness. If we hated every ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, or hated anybody that we didn't get our way with, and I don't mean that, freshly, but, what generates that hate? Like I always said with relationships, I don't understand how people who were so in love can get to hate afterwards. I understand more after the last 3 years, but I couldn't wrap my head around that. Like it didn't make sense to me. And how do you get from one end of the spectrum to the other? And I like that, because I've actually caught myself saying I hate this or that. And it's usually like things. Like I would hate someone hurting an animal, for example. Now, would I hate that person? I mean, I don't know. I'd like to think I wouldn't hate. I'd be angry. But again, the hate. So I guess I picture my heart or my body or in my hands, whatever I picture. We can say it's a cup for all I care, but my cup only can hold so many emotions and thoughts. So if I have hate stuffed in my cup, there's no good room for love and joy and serenity and peace and all the happy stuff. Like my cup's only so big, my heart's only so big, and I don't want to waste it on hate and negativity. That's how I feel about that. So I hope I at least generated some thoughts for you. Maybe think about, who do you think you hate, and is it serving you? It's just like cleaning out the closet. The clothes that only fit around one leg anymore, they don't serve a purpose. They can go away. So I think for me, that's kind of where I'm at in the hate department. Okay, I am going to work now, and we got to drink our water today, guys. And we will be back for normal step 4 work tonight. Well, as normal as our new normal gets. But we will go back to working on step 4. And I look forward to chatting with you then. Have a good day.